close. We'll stay. This is like I don't know. I guess it's pretty easy. There's a few different parts. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. There's a few different parts, and you're gonna like if you go to like ultimateguitar.com for tabs and stuff like that. I'm not sure where you get your Dave tabs, but I feel like there's a couple different ways that this is played. There's a very difficult way. And maybe it's difficult for me because I didn't learn that way. But let's just stay. It's on Before These Crowded Streets. And it's up here. It's like a eighth and 10th fret, right? Your D string and your G string, right? So it's kind of like a C. But put your pinky on your 10th fret and your index finger on your 8th fret, because we're going to, when we get up here, we're going to slide from the 7th fret to the 7th fret to the 8th fret, right? So you got to listen to the song, or you could listen to that sequence right there, but it is not straight up like there is some movement in there. So it's a fun song. When it's a sunny day, I love listening to this song. We're getting to that time in the Northeast here. So anyway, we are on this 8th fret and 10th fret, and we are dun. So that's it. Down, up, down. And you keep strumming through that, and then it moves up to your 6th fret and your 8th fret in the same finger position, right? On your D and G string with your index finger and your pinky, right? And then it moves up to 3-5. However, during this strum, you are moving your pinky back over to this E flat. It's your G string, 6th fret. Right? Nope, it's 8th fret, sorry. And you come back to that 5th fret, right? It's a D note, 5th fret G string. And then you move your entire formation back over to that G sharp and E flat. Your D string, 6th and 8th, D and G string, 6th and 8th fret. This is what it looks like. Okay. The strumming, I think you should listen to it and play with it. I like to mute a lot in this. There are some people that will play all the way through. It'll sound like this. When I'm playing on my own, I think it sounds a little, I don't know about better, but I like the way it sounds when I do it like this. So kind of like having a stop in there. However you do it, I'm sure we'll be fine. Now, that's the verse. Singing and playing the song, the lyrics kind of start before the one, when you're if you're looking at the measures here, just the other day, it was so hot outside. So that hot is on the 1, right? So that's another thing you're going to want to do is listen to and get the lyrics on where they go. Chorus. So there's really 3 parts to this. Your chorus comes up over here to. So this is like a C here. Kind of goes up to this E flat, right? So it takes the E flat here that's on this G string 10th fret. It's on E flat. I'm sorry. It's an F. Takes this and it moves it. So now we're gonna forget what I just said about E flat. We are moving to an E flat root note here, which is your 6th fret A string, and then we are going to play this D here, which is your 7th fret G string, and then the C is here on your 8th fret D string. So that looks like this. So that's your 6th fret, your 7th fret, and your 8th fret in this pattern of A string, G string, D string. This next note is your 8th fret on your D and A string. So A and D string on your 8th fret, and then your 10th fret G string, okay, which is an F. So it sounds like this. Then it comes down to a C, which is your 3rd and 5th fret, if you're going to bar that. Or you could play it up here, right, on your 8th and 10th fret. Stick down here, it's a little bit deeper. Okay, just F. That stay. That's all on F. Stay for a while. Stay for a while. Part's a little funky. I don't know if I'm doing it right, but I think it sounds close enough to get in between that little bridge there, and to be going back to either the chorus or the verse, depending on what part of the song you're in. But that is 6. So we're going. It's all right here, right around the 6th fret, right? This B flat on the low E string. I saw a huge coyote in my backyard this morning. I'm just watching my dog. Hope he doesn't get a scent. Anyway, so 6. So we're on the 6th fret, 7th fret, and 8th fret, right? We're going right down these strings. So it's the 6th fret low E string, it's the 7th fret A string, and it is the 8th fret D string. However, we are going to play this like this: 6, 8, 7, 8, 7, right? Then it walks up to from 6 on the low E string to 7 on the low E string to 8 on the low E string. And then something happens here with the 10th fret. I just kind of take the 10th fret A string and slide it over, and then walk back up from this E flat, E, F, right? So that is your 6th fret, 7th fret, 8th fret on the A string, and I put my pinky down on the D string. So it sounds like this. Hit this C twice. This low E string 8, when it goes, just do a little down up on that when you're picking. And I think it is a hey, like I said, depending on the part of the song, right back into the verse or the chorus. That's Stay. That is Stay. This is one of those you got to listen to it, unless you've heard it so many times that you hear it in your head every time there's a sunrise that's bright and shiny, like me. But yeah, cool. That's around it.